Welcome to another DC audio tutorial video, and in today's video we are going to talk about the newest addition to our amplifier family, the 1.2, which is this guy right here. Now the 1.2 is a 1200 watt monoblock amplifier. It makes 1200 watts at 1 ohm. It has a 4 gauge inputs for power to ground. Got your turn on lead here, 3 40 amp onboard fuses, and then for the speaker termination, it has 4 8 gauge outputs, 2 for the positive and 2 for the negative. Now, I said this guy's a monoblock, but there's 4 of them on here, and that's just to help out with the ease of installation. If you're running multiple subwoofers off of this one amplifier, you know, sometimes it can be a little difficult trying to stuff a bunch of speaker wire in one positive and one negative. So there's 4 on here, so you can hook up more wire without it looking like a nightmare. On the other side here, what we have is we have our inputs. So RCAN, this thing has low level only, no high level inputs. So inputs here, and then it's got a set of outputs. Now what the outputs for is if you actually need to run basically a pass-through through this guy into another amplifier, you got this as outs, throw your RCAs on that, run that to the other amp. From there what we have is we have our power light and we have the protection line. We have the gain. Anywhere from 0.2 volts to 6 volts of input on this guy. The subsonic, which is good from 10 to 50 hertz. Your bass boost up to a 9 dB. The next port says remote on, and what that guy's for is this jack right here. Now what you're going to do is plug this jack in over there and run the cable up to the front of the car. Now what this is your bass control. On the bass control here, it shows you minimum, maximum, as well as a power LED indicator. So if the LED's on, your amp's on, LED's off, amp's off. And this guy right here will give you bass control. Now the great thing about the bass control, say you're listening to something, it's got lots of bass, you may not need that much, so you can just turn it down. If maybe the next track doesn't have that much bass, you want a little bit more, grab this guy, turn it up. Real simple to get more or less out of your system. Right there in the control of your hands, you don't got to jump into the deck, play with anything, run back, readjust an amplifier just because you want to try to squeeze some more out of it. It's right here in your hand. So there's that guy right there. Going back over to this other side, the next one here is your low pass filter and the phase. After the phase, you have a output master input slave switch with a single RCA. Now what that switch is for is this amplifier all by itself will make 1200 watts at 1 ohm. If you want more power, you're capable of buying another one of these guys and linking them together, and that's what that's for. You would set one of them for master, and then the other one would be set up for slave. The benefits of doing something like that is, again, more power. This guy's 1200 watts. If you got 2 of them, 2400 watts. The other thing that'll allow you to do is if you have 2 amplifiers that you can't link together, then you need a DMM. You need to take a look at the outputs on the amplifier. You have to make sure that both of them are making, you know, pretty much the same amount of power. Make sure all your controls on the other side are set up the same. That way you don't have any indiscrepancies between what one sub's doing and the other sub's doing. You want them doing the same thing, you know, in an optimal situation. So something like this, when you have 2 of them and you link them together, your master amplifier, all the controls on that now control your slave amplifier. So it just saves you a bunch of time setting up amplifiers. Got a master, got a slave, got one set of controls, everything's handled. Your bass knob will control both your amplifiers, and you know, you're set up good to go. 2400 watts of power. Anyways, if you like what you see, go to the website, www.dcaudio.us, click on the amplifier tabs, take a look. Again, like I said, this is the newest addition to the family, 1200 watts. Then next thing you want to do is go over to the contacts link, click on that, put in your zip code, find your local dealer. If no dealer pops up, go to a local store. Ask them why not. Sign up with DC. Anyways, yeah, go out and get one. Great rock solid amplifier. And thanks for watching.